Hello, crafty friends. This is Leah Lawson, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm excited to be hopping along with Pretty Pink Posh today for their August release video hop. There is a $20 gift card code up for grabs at every single stop, so it's definitely worth it to check it out. Plus, you'll get to see tons of inspiration featuring their new Halloween release. You should have arrived from Christy's video, and your next stop on the hop is Megan, and you can get all of that information in the video description below. So as you can see, I am creating an adorable Halloween cake pop card today, and I am going to start by ink blending my background using the Halloween Cake Pops layering stencils. This is a 3-piece layering stencil, and I am starting, of course, with stencil number 1. Now, stencil number 1 has all of the shapes, and I am using a 1/2-inch blending brush and 4 different colors to ink blend all of the different characters in. I am starting with the cats, and I am ink blending them in a mid shade of gray. Now you'll notice I am blending a little heavier in one spot of the cat and then fading it out and blending it a little bit lighter just to add a little bit of depth and gradation to each image. Once all of the cats are complete, I am moving on to the adorable Frankensteins, and I am blending those in a nice mint green. Now, these are really cute. I'm not a super big fan of scary Halloween, but I can definitely get behind cute Halloween. Now, once the Frankensteins are blended in the shade of mint, I am moving on to the pumpkins, and I am sticking with a nice traditional orange pumpkin. Now, you can blend pumpkins in any color, but I decided to stick with orange this time just for the sake of having a nice citrusy pastel color palette. Now finally, I wanted the cute little ghost to show up, so I chose a nice light pink. This is Ballet Slipper. It's a super light pink, and basically I just wanted to make sure the little shapes of the ghosts would show up. I didn't want to blend them in anything that would be too harsh because all in all, this is going in the background of my card, and I wanted it to be a nice light pastel color palette so that the die cut cake pops could really pop off of the top of this background. So with all of the blending complete on stencil number 1, I'm just going back in and adding a little gradation here and there before removing the stencil and starting on with stencil number 2. Now stencil number 2, I aligned off camera, and I am going to ink blend this all in Licorice, which is a really dark shade of gray. It's close to black, but not quite black. Now, it does blend a little bit deeper toned when it's wet, and then once it dries and really soaks into that paper, it smooths out. It tones down a little bit, but still is a nice pop of all of those cute little features on the cats and the jack-o'-lanterns and the Frankenstein, and then of course the little ghosts. Now I used a 1/2-inch brush to blend in the licorice as well. You could always use a bigger brush, but I do think the smaller brush works a little bit better for how small the stencil openings are. Now for stencil number 3, rather than blending in color, I treated the panel with some anti-static powder first, and then aligned the stencil, and now I am just going to daub in some embossing ink. Notice I am not using like the swirl helicopter motion. I am mostly just grabbing some embossing ink with that blending brush tool, and then I am sponging or daubing it in. I have found that if you circle it too much, you kind of get the bristles underneath the stencil and don't get a nice sharp image. Once the blending is complete, I am covering the embossing ink in some clear or sparkly holographic embossing powder. And then when it's all heat set, it's just going to have a really lovely shimmer in the background. Now, even though I treated it with anti-static powder, you'll notice some residual embossing powder stuck to the darker shades of ink, and I was totally okay with that. It just added to the background with that little bit of glitter. So off camera, I took the Halloween Cake Pops die set and cut out the elements to create 3 cake pops. For the sake of time, I'm only going to assemble the jack-o'-lantern cake pop on camera. I figure once you see one come together, it will be pretty easy to figure out how to do the rest. So I backed the orange jack-o'-lantern with just a little scrap of black cardstock to really make that cute little face stand out. And then I adhered the cake pop stick to it, and I'm using just a set of tweezers, to help that set into place. Now the little pumpkin has a cute little leaf and a cute little stem to go along with it, which I cut from green cardstock and some ivory glitter cardstock. Now off camera, I had an extra of the pumpkin leaves from ivory glitter, which I ended up just kind of tucking in behind the green leaf to just give it a little bit of extra dimension, extra sparkle. So you can do that, or you can just leave it as is as well. Now here, I grabbed the little blushy cheeks and was trying to decide if I wanted to give the pumpkin the blushy cheeks. I wasn't completely sure, and in the end, I ended up not. So the blushy cheeks went to the kitty cat and the ghost. So there are my other two cake pops all assembled. Super easy. Assemble them just the way that you did the pumpkin with all of the different features. Now, off camera, I adhered my ink blended background to a top folding A2 card base, and I also die cut that scallop frame from ivory glitter cardstock. And now I am just going to adhere my cake pops to the front. I added a little bit of foam tape at the top of the cake pops and then some liquid glue to the bottom of the cake pop stick. Now when I'm adhering these cake pops into place, I am trying to make sure that those cute little Frankensteins kind of can be viewed from behind each of the cake pops, because the Frankenstein is not represented in the die cut cake pops, but I really thought he turned out super cute in the ink blending, so I wanted to make sure you could still see him peeking out from behind. Finally, we need to add a sentiment to this set. This is the Halloween Greetings stamp set, and it's got so many great Halloween sentiments. I am just stamping that Halloween greeting sentiment in black, then cutting it out with its coordinating die, and then we will adhere it in place with a little bit of foam tape. And that is my adorable Halloween Greetings Halloween cake pop card for you today. Don't forget, be sure to check out the entire video hop and leave a comment along each stop for your chance to win a $20 gift card code. Other than that, the Halloween release is live in the Pretty Pink Posh online shop. You can shop at the link in my video description below. And you can also get the entire hop list over on the Pretty Pink Posh video hop as well. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed my cute Halloween card today. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.